Hey, this is Toe 2 Bravo. We're at the range again today. We're at the 100-yard range. Today we're going to do a video we've been putting off for a little while, but I need to do it before the weather changes because I don't want these two rifles out in the adverse weather conditions. So today we're going to shoot a all numbers matching German K98K. Well, all numbers matching minus the safety here. This is the only part that doesn't match. Everything else is numbers matching. So we're going to shoot a K98K versus a Swiss K11. So we'll do a quick drive-by. Beautiful rifle, shoots like a champ. The other rifle for today's shoot is the Swiss K11. You've seen this in other videos. I think this is a pretty fair versus video. K98 Mauser versus the K11 Swiss versus Germans. It ought to be a good shoot. I think they're both very close in accuracy. I think it'll boil down to my ability to shoot both of them well. So we'll see how that pans out. So German versus Swiss, K98 versus K11. Enough yapping. Let's put some rounds down range. I wanted to cover ammunition real quick. For the 8mm, we'll be using some of the Yugoslav M75 sniper ammunition. And then we will transition to the older Yugo surplus ammunition. I think this is M49 if I'm not mistaken. Some of the older stuff that a lot of people have problems with the primers. So we'll start off with the good stuff and transition to some of the crappier stuff there. For the Swiss K11, we'll be using some GP11 for the initial shots, for the comparison shots. And then I brought some other stuff just to see how it shoots. Some of this PPU Full Metal Jacket 174 grain and PPU Soft Point 174 grain ammunition. First 5 rounds down range, K98. Germans are up to bat. 100 yards. That was 5 rounds with the K98. Now let's do 5 with the Swiss K11. All right, that's 5 rounds complete with both rifles, K98 and the K11. Let's walk down range and check it out. We're down range. On the right here is the Swiss. On the left, the German. Point of aim for both rifles was at the base of the black rectangle. So on the Swiss side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And on the German side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 very good groups at 100 yards. We'll have to measure those, but I would say just from eyeing it, obviously the German K98 looks like it has a tighter group. Let's shoot another group of 5 for each rifle. Before we do that, let's pan back and get a look at this wonderful range. So I'm about 100 yards away there. You can just see what a wonderful morning it is here in western Pennsylvania. The leaves are starting to change. Just what a good looking range, right? Take you on a quick tour here without it being too shaky and nauseating. That would be 200 yards there. And back in that dark spot right there, you'll see 300 yards with 3 metal green plates. We'll slowly rotate here so it doesn't look too horrible. And there we are. Very beautiful. Let's get back and shoot some rounds. Swiss are on the table. So we will start off with the K11. 5 more rounds. 100 yards. Watch your lane. And we won't edit that, but you will notice that was without hearing protection. That was really loud. Next round. All rounds complete. Little K98. Hearing protection. Right, we're closing in on a target here. We did raise our point of aim just a hair. So on the Swiss side of things, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and we're sharing a hole here, 5. So there are 5 rounds, or a total of 10 on the Swiss side. And on the German side, with the change of our point of aim, it looks like things got a little sloppier. So we got 3 here, or 2 here, I'm sorry. 1 there. And we may have been off paper. All right, our third series. We'll start off with the K98. Going back to the original point of aim. Watch your lane. Back to the Swiss. Unfortunately, I've used all of the GP11 that I wanted to use for today's range visit. Stuff's kind of hard to come by. So we're going to use some PPU full metal jacket, 174 grain. So here we go. PPU. 174 grain full metal jacket. Watch your lane. See what we got. Felt pretty good. Different round though, so we'll see how it behaved. All right, this is Toe 2 Bravo, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's range visit. As you can see there, we have the 2 targets set up so we can talk about them. We had this set up at 100 yards today. This target was for the Swiss K11, and this target was for the German K98. Prior to going out today, I would have put my money on the K98 as the rifle that would have shot better or grouped tighter at 100 yards. But the Swiss K11 definitely pulled it off. I mean, as a whole, keep in mind the rifle was only, we were shooting from a bag, so it wasn't totally secure, it wasn't locked down, but it was a decent enough representation of accuracy, I think. And again, this is my ability also, so keep that in mind. But I still think we get a pretty good picture here of which one currently is shooting better at 100 yards or shooting more accurate, shooting tighter groups. So you can see here that all the traffic is pretty well condensed. I mean, that's a fairly good group, I think. We shot 3 different types of ammunition over here for the Swiss rifle. We shot the GP11, the PPU 174 grain soft point, and full metal jacket. So I think we did fairly well. We have 3 different types of ammunition, and they all grouped well. For the most part, my point of aim was the very bottom of the rectangle here. So I'm very pleased with those results. Over here on the K98, the majority of the point of aim was the bottom of the rectangle again, bottom of the black. And you can see that the front sight post does need to be drifted. So you drift opposite of the direction you were shooting. So I was shooting to the left, I need to go to the right, so I'm going to drift it to the left to pull it to the right. I don't know if that made sense. Hopefully it did. But you can see our groups really, they opened up. We shot 2 different types of ammunition. We shot the M75 Yugo sniper and the M49 crap Yugo surplus stuff with the hard primers. So you can see we're kind of all over the place. I mean, we have a straight round up here at the top that's not in camera frame. We have these 3 here. We have a bunch here, a bunch off to the left, and it's just a couple, one down here at the bottom. So we're a little bit everywhere. So didn't group real well. We were off the paper at times. So we did drift that front sight post. It would be kind of cool to go back at and reshoot it at 100 yards just to see with the front sight post adjustment. Maybe I could put something on here to focus the front sight post on a little more other than just the black bottom. Even though I feel that was a really good point of aim because it brought you back to pretty much the same spot every time. But this time, obviously, the win goes to the Swiss K11. Definitely outshot the K98. So I hope you guys appreciate the video, and I enjoyed it. And until I see you at the range again, thanks for watching.